welcome to Polish with Ray. I'm Rachel, and today I am so excited to be sharing with you the newest collection from KBShimmer called In Good Spirits. Before we get started, go ahead and give this video a thumbs up. That lets me know you enjoy my live swatch and review videos. And if you haven't already subscribed, make sure you do that too. I post new live swatching videos every week. So the Winter 2021 collection from KBShimmer will launch on Friday, November 19th. KBShimmer is also having a Black Friday sale on their site this year. If you shop from November 18th through November 29th, you're going to get 15% off your entire order if you use the code on the screen. And I'll also leave that code in the description box for you. So let's take a second to check out the shades that are going to be offered in this collection. There are some really cool finishes. We got 5 new beautiful shifty polishes with holographic flakes, 2 stunning toppers, a multi-chrome and a shifting shimmer with linear holographic. And the finish I'm really excited for are these gorgeous reflective polishes. All right, I know you're excited to see what these beautiful polishes look like on, and I can't wait to share them with you. So let's go ahead and get into the swatches. Before we get into the polishes, KBShimmer is adding a brand new item to their nail care line. This is their Clean Start Gel Cuticle Remover. The 15 milliliter bottle is going to retail for $6.50, and you can also purchase a larger refill bottle. So first of all, the label, just so beautiful. But if I didn't like it for the label, I like it for the way it works. I've actually been using it for 4 to 5 months now. I got it just to test it out, and it's my go-to now. It's not runny or messy like other cuticle removers I use, and it's got a brush, so the application is so easy. So I'm going to show you how I like to use it, and I am using the KBShimmer Cuticle Pusher, which is also available on their site. This is my favorite cuticle pusher. I like that it has a beveled tip, so I can really get down to the contour of my cuticle. And then the other side, it has like a little curved scrapey part, so you can get the remnants of what you missed when you pushed it back. So here's what my nail's looking like before. I just go on with the cuticle remover, applying it to the cuticle and the sides of my nails. Allow it to sit on your nail for about 15 seconds and then go in with the pusher of your choice. It can be one like this. The KBShimmer one, like I said, is on the site. You could use a wood stick or a glass cuticle pusher. Really up to you. But you will want to leave it on for maximum 15 seconds. Otherwise, it can be a little bit harsh on your nails. So push it back, scrape any extra parts. I didn't feel like this one dried down too quickly either. The cuticle remover, where it's a gel and it's a little on the thicker side, it stayed on my nail. I didn't have to go back in with more to moisten, I guess. My nail, it was really easy to work with. So then I washed it off. I scrubbed with the KBShimmer Sugar Scrub, and this was the end result. Like I said, I'm so happy with this remover. It's my new go-to. So the first polish we're going to look at is called Fizz this season, and it's described as being a light pearl-colored base accented by strong flashes of gold and copper shimmer. In bright lighting, you'll also be able to see the beautiful linear holographic pigment that is just completely packed in this polish. The price for this one's going to be $11, and all the polishes in this collection will retail for $11, which, by the way, if you're an indie polish lover, you know that that is a great price. There are very few indie polishes that cost $11. But anyway, and you can get it cheaper because of the Black Friday sale. If you like them and you use code Black Friday 15th from November 18th through November 29th, then you get 15% off your entire order. So Fizz this season had a beautiful formula, super smooth and easy to work with, no brush strokes, and I got full opacity in 2 coats. I could see if you've got longer nails, maybe needing 3 for this one, but I think most people will be okay in 2. So here's what it looks like built up in 2 coats in the sunlight. Wow. So beautiful and sparkly. I can totally see myself rocking this one around New Year's, even into January. The grayish base mixed with the warm shimmer is just a really fun combo. Pictured are 2 coats of Fizz the Season with a glossy top coat. Moving on to our polishes that have that dazzling holographic flake I love so much. This one's called Shake Things Up, and it's described as being a light, near steel pewter gray. It's got tons of shifty shimmer that shifts from bronze to yellow to green to gold to blue. Very shifty shimmer. As you can see in bright lighting, it has gold and green, but as you take it into lower lighting, which you'll see, it does shift into a beautiful blue shade, bronze at some angles. It's so pretty. So this one in the bottle kind of reminded me of the shade I just showed you, Fizz the Season. So I will be throwing in actually quite a few comparisons for this video, but after this polish, I'll show you what those two polishes look like side by side so you can see them together. On application, Shake Things Up had more of a crelly or jelly leaning formula than Fizz the Season. I feel like I saw quite a bit more of that nail line on the first coat. However, it built up to full opacity for me in just 2 coats. This is another one where if you have longer nails, you might want 3, but if you've got my nail length or shorter, I think you'll be good in 2. So here's what this one looks like built up in 2 coats in the sunlight. In the bright lighting here at this angle, you can see it shines a beautiful gold, and those holographic flakes are so reflective. And then as you move your hand around, you get more of that greenish shade. And then at extreme angles, you get a glimpse of that beautiful blue shift as well. If you are a gray polish lover, I think you're gonna love this one. Pictured are 2 coats of Shake Things Up with a glossy top coat. So I did want to show Fizz the Season, which is on the left, side by side with Shake Things Up, which is on the right, just so you can compare in case you're not a big gray person like I am, although I'm starting to love grays a lot more than I used to, and you're just wanting to choose one of these 2. Here's what they look like beside each other. As you can see, Fizz the Season is a lot more light in its base color. It's almost like a white with a little bit of gray, whereas Shake Things Up is almost a dove gray. It's quite a bit darker. Obviously, the shimmer is different and the holographic is different as well because Fizz the Season has a linear holographic and Shake Things Up has a scattered holographic flake. And you can really see the differences in the holo in sunlight. As you can see, Fizz the Season has a lot more vibrant holographic, whereas Shake Things Up has more of a holographic sparkle. Next up is Public Displays of Confection. It's described as having a rusty red base color with shimmer that shifts from golden bronze to warm peach to gold to lime to chartreuse green. It also has those beautiful holographic flakies running throughout, and the price for this one will be $11. It's inspired by all of those delicious holiday treats we love to consume this time of year. So definitely agree with the description. The base color for this one is very rusty. In fact, I wore it a couple days this past weekend because it just kind of gives me some fall vibes. I could see myself wearing this potentially around the holidays. It does have that reddish lean to it, but I think it's one that would be great transitioning from fall into winter. On application, Public Displays of Confection, that name is getting me, had a beautiful formula, was super smooth, a little bit of a jelly-like base, but it was packed with shimmer, so it built up quite well for me in 2 coats. If you've got longer nails, maybe 3, but of the 3 I've shown you so far, I would say that this one was the most opaque. So here's what Public Displays of Confection looks like built up in 2 coats and some lower lighting so we can see all those gorgeous shifts. You can see it shifting from that red rust to the bronze, to the gold, to the green on the sides there. Super shifty and so beautiful. And then here's what it looks like in the sunlight. You get a whole lot of that rust, and then it almost shifts to like a dark bronze. And those scattered holographic flecks are super reflective in the sun too. Pictured are 2 coats of Public Displays of Confection with a glossy top coat. The next polish we're looking at is called What's Poppin'. Love the name. It's described as being a bright magenta pink nail polish loaded with glowy holographic flakes. It's got a beautiful multi-chrome shifting shimmer that, depending on the lighting, will flip green to aqua to purple to gold. This one, too, will retail for $11, and it's inspired by all of the noisemakers and party hats and streamers and confetti that you see around New Year's. I knew as soon as I saw this that it was going to be one of my favorites. I love pinks. If you're not new to my channel, then you know this. Typically, personally, I actually don't really wear pink around the holidays, but I feel like I should because it seems like every brand has released a pink in their collection this holiday season. Anyway, this one had a wonderful formula. Of what I've shown you so far, it was the most opaque, fully opaque. I believe it will be for everyone, any nail length, in just 2 coats. I could see absolutely no nail line, and the base color was just so beautifully vibrant. So this one, in the lower lighting here, you can see it mostly shifting from green to blue. We can see a little bit of that gold there, and then the soft, very cool magenta pink base color. Pictured are 2 coats of What's Poppin' with a glossy top coat. So What's Poppin' reminded me of a polish that KBShimmer released in their summer 2021 collection, so I did want to throw in a quick comparison of those two. On the left is What's Poppin', and on the right is Picture This. So you can see Picture This has a much reddier base color. I think it was described as being a fruit punch pink, and it does have some pink undertones for sure, but compared to What's Poppin', it looks red. You can also see What's Poppin' has way more of those hollow flakes, whereas they're more scattered and a little bit more sparse in Picture This. So here's what they look like swatched side by side in some lower lighting. What's Poppin' on the left, Picture This on the right. On the nail, to me, they look so much more similar than they did in the bottle. Picture This does have more of a goldy-like shimmer, and then What's Poppin' has more of a greenish yellow shimmer. But again, they're a lot closer than I thought. I love both. I think they're both so beautiful, and I'm happy to have both. But here's what they look like together. So you know, if you're wondering. The next one we're going to take a look at is called Wrap It Up. It's another gorgeous shifty shimmer with holographic flake polish. So many of those in this collection, and I am in shimmery flaky heaven. I love that finish. Anyway, Wrap It Up is described as being a deep indigo base with holographic flakes. The shimmer this time shifts from red to orange to gold to sometimes pink, and then the base, you'll see it at some angles, it looks more navy, it looks a little bit more like a deep blue, and then at other angles and with other lighting, sometimes it looks purple. I truly cannot decide exactly which this is. So yes, indigo, blurple is going to be the best description for this beautiful base color. On application, Wrap It Up was beautifully pigmented. It does have a more squishy, curly-like base, but it went on super even and smooth and quite opaque on that first coat. I did reach full opacity in 2 coats, and I think 2 coats will be perfect for just about everyone. Here's what it looks like built up in 2 coats and some lower outdoor lighting. Oh my goodness, that base color is beautiful. This is exactly the kind of rich jewel tone shade I love wearing around the holidays and in January, and the shimmer just contrasts so well. You're looking at 2 coats of Wrap It Up with a glossy top coat. Next up is Take a Bough. Man, these names, seriously, so cute. And it's described as being a vibrant jade green. It's got a bold green base, and it's got a beautiful gold to lime to green color shifting shimmer, and of course, tons of those holographic flakes. And the base kind of shifts on this one too, like the previous one, depending on the lighting. In some lights, it's going to look like a deep green, and then at some angles, it almost looks a little bit teal. This one will also retail for $11. I found the formula for this one to be fantastic. It was super smooth and easy to work with. One of the more creamier leaning polishes of the bunch while still being very much acrylic. I had great opacity and coverage on the first coat and full opacity in 2. This is another one where I'm like, okay, even if your nails are very long, I think 2 will be pretty good for you. So here's what it looks like built up in those 2 coats in some beautiful outdoor lighting, and you can see how glowy that shimmer is. For a non-green polish lover, this one has stolen my heart. I don't usually enjoy wearing greens. This one I can say I truly enjoyed wearing. Pictured are 2 coats of Take a Bough with a glossy top coat. Up next, we're looking at Worth a Shot. This one surprised me because in the bottle, and I think you can see it in my video, it kind of looks blue, but true to its description, it really is a cool, great purple leaning polish loaded with shifty multi-chrome shimmer. And it is of the super shifty variety. At some angles, you'll see rusty orange reds, you'll see gold, lime, and blue. And then in bright lighting, you can see shifts to peach, green, and aqua, all against that beautiful, cool purple base. This one is beautiful. If you enjoyed Hidden Potential or Lust at Sea, also released this year, you are going to really love this polish. Enjoy and love this polish. So after swatching this one for you, I am going to compare it to Hidden Potential and Lust at Sea so you can see what they look like together. This one, besides the toppers, I would say is the most sheer in this collection. I personally needed 3 coats to get that nail line to disappear, and I think most people are going to want 3 with this one, but that gives you all of that beautiful shifty shimmer. So here's what Worth a Shot looks like built up in 3 coats and some lower outdoor lighting. Wow. So of course we get glimpses of that beautiful purple base color, but I also see green, I see gold, I see peach. I had to show it off in some different lighting. So here you can see the blue really pops and that gold is very prominent. And here it goes shifting again in some different lighting. Like this one, no matter where you take it, it's going to look like a different polish every single place. I adore it. I think you will too. Pictured are 3 coats of Worth a Shot with a glossy top coat. So like I mentioned, I did want to throw in a quick comparison to Hidden Potential, which was released earlier this year. That one's on the far left, and Lust at Sea, which is on the far right. That was released with August 2021 Polish Pickup. And of course, Worth a Shot is in the center. So at first glance, the base color of Worth a Shot looks much more blue. I do feel like it looks just a little bit different on the nail. And what these all have in common is they are some variety of purple and have a beautiful, super shifty shimmer inside them. So here's what they each look like built up in 3 coats in some lower natural lighting. Again, far left, Hidden Potential, center, Worth a Shot, far right, Lust at Sea. So Worth a Shot is definitely most comparable to Lust at Sea. They have a similar base color, but Worth a Shot is much cooler and softer, whereas Lust at Sea almost looks to be an indigo shade compared to Worth a Shot. And as you can see, Hidden Potential on the far left is very different from Worth a Shot. It's got much more of a warm purple base, whereas Worth a Shot is very cool in tone. Moving on to the topper now. This one's actually the namesake of the collection. It's called In Good Spirits, and it's described as being an iridescent shade with magical color shifting possibilities. It can either be worn on its own or layered over other colors, and of course, I'm going to show you both. You're going to see so many shifts on this polish, and it's going to totally depend on what you layer it on top of. If you layer it over something soft and white, a neutral base, you're going to see green, gold, lime, and pink. And then if you layer it over something deeper, you're going to see more bold shades, rich emerald, fuchsias, purple, and aqua. It's going to be more of a jewel toned polish. So this one, I mean, you could wear it 1 to 2 coats on its over something else, or build it up in 3 coats, but it is a topper, so it's not going to reach full opacity. So here you can see on the far left, I am going to build it up to as close to opacity as I can get. I did end up building it to 3 coats and it loved the finished look. It kind of gave a Your Nails but sparklier and greener kind of look. You'll never reach full opacity like I said, but at certain angles it looks opaque. But then as you move your hand around, you can see some nail line. Over white, it had a beautiful kind of ethereal glow. You can't see it very well right here, but I will zoom you in a little later so you can see the finished look. And then over black, just like the description says, you get a beautiful, bold, jewel-toned emerald. It's so pretty over the darker colors. So here's what it looks like built up in 3 coats on its own. Here's what it looks like over white, also very pretty. And then here's what it looks like over black. Super shifty. You get purple, green, aqua. I was having way too much fun with this topper and decided to layer it over this like fallish Skittle Manny. I'll have all of these creams linked below, but I wanted you to see what the colors looked like before. And here's what they look like with the topper. Oh my gosh, it's so magical. Because as you move your hand around, you get a glimpse of the color underneath, but they all have that gorgeous green to purple to aqua shift, along with now whatever base color. You're looking at 1 coat of In Good Spirits over a lot of different creams. And you probably saw this coming, but I did want to compare In Good Spirits, which is on the left, to another recent release from KBShimmer. On the right is Frequent Flyer. They both have this beautiful ethereal white base with tons of different shifts, and the shifts are quite different, so we're going to look at them on their own as well as over black. So the white and black on the left are In Good Spirits, and the white and black on the right are Frequent Flyer. As you can see, they look super different over the black. They kind of look similar over white in this lower lighting, but the shifts couldn't be any more different over a deeper base. And the differences are just as noticeable in bright lighting, where the shot really has shifts of emerald green to purple to aqua, whereas Frequent Flyer shifts from gold to green to, I think, blue. And next is the polish that I feel like is the most hyped out of this collection. This one's called A Little Cooler, and it's also a topper. It's actually a magnetic holographic topper. Yeah, you heard that right. So when you magnetize this one, and you can kind of see some faint hollow in the bottle here, but it creates this really beautiful silvery line with holographic in it. It is so cool. So I'm going to show you this one over black because it is recommended to pair with deeper colors so that that hollow really pops. So I'm going on with the polish, 1 quick coat, and then super fast with the magnet. With this polish, it dries down very quickly. If you are not ready to go with your magnet, you may not get much of a magnetic pull. I'm just warning you. I had to apply this one a few times to get it right, but the end result, if you can be quick enough, is stunning. So pretty. So here's what it looks like over some different creams. Again, I'll leave those in the description box. It really is a 3D magnetic. You can see it shifting around on the nail, and I do agree it looks best over those medium colors and those deeper colors. So pretty. Pictured is 1 coat of A Little Cooler magnetized. And you probably saw this one coming too, but I had to compare it to a holiday release from last year. On the right is Love at Frost Sight, and then on the left is A Little Cooler. So they're both magnetic toppers. They're both silver magnetic toppers, but they are extremely different. The particle size for A Little Cooler is much more fine. It's almost like a hollow dust, whereas the pigments for Love at Frost Sight are a lot larger. Love at Frost Sight is much more sensitive to the magnet and less quick drying, whereas A Little Cooler is very quick drying and not as sensitive to the magnet. It also is going to leave some little flecks of that magnetic pigment scattered across the nail. It's not as clean of a pull, but really beautiful. And of course, Love at Frost Sight does not have hollow. It's just silver. And a little cooler has all of the beautiful hollow, which is one thing that makes it so very special. Both gorgeous toppers and completely different. And we're going to finish up with the 3 polishes I am just so excited for. This is a brand new to me finish, and just a warning, however beautiful they look in my video, they look 10 times more beautiful in person. I'm just going to say it. They look unreal in the video. They look really unreal, really, really, really unreal in person. So this first one is called After Midnight, and it's described as being a deep, near black charcoal base, and it's totally packed with those light reflective glitters. So these glitters are out of this world, unlike anything I've ever seen before. They bounce off the light and create almost this like tiny mirror effect. Like I feel like there are a billion little mirrors in this polish. And I'd seen it swatched in studio lighting, but I'd never seen it swatched in sunlight. So of course I had to show that to you guys today. So on application, this one went on very easily. It was very opaque on that first coat. I reached full opacity with this in 2. Look how quickly it built up. And I think it'll be 2 coats for most people. It is packed with those glitters, so you are going to want to go in thin on your coats. And because of all the glitters, it dries down to a matte, kind of textured, gritty finish. To smooth it out, all you need to do is add a glitter smoothing top coat. I'll leave the one I use linked in the description box, and a glossy top coat. So you can see it glossified on the left and left as is on the right. Beautiful and reflective either way. Personally, I like it glossy. Pictured are 2 coats of After Midnight, both ways. Next up is Tapped Out. It's described as being a dark wash denim colored polish. Love that description. I couldn't agree more. And this one is unique because it also has a glowy pink shimmer that sometimes shifts to green and gold. And of course, it also has those fabulous reflective glitters. So out of the box, this between the 3 reflective glitter polishes was the one I thought I was going to be most excited about because it had that shimmer component as well. I actually liked the last polish that I'm going to show you the very best, but this one is beautiful, and I hope we see more of this finish in the future with the shimmer and the glitter. It's just a lot of beauty happening in one polish. So the base is like this old school denim greeny blue, and then it's got that gorgeous purpley pink shimmer running throughout, and of course so many glitters. Application was very similar for this one. Maybe it had a slightly more curly base. No, I think it was the same. I reached full opacity in 2 coats. I think 2 coats will be perfect for even long nails with this one. It just built up very quickly. So here's what it looks like dried down matte. It is textured. It is hard to remove. So on the left 2 fingers, you're looking at it with a glitter smoother and a glossy top coat. And then the right, as is, once again, super sparkly, super reflective. I will say with this one, I didn't see too much of the shift in the shimmer. In most lightings, I got that beautiful purple shade and the blue base. Pictured are 2 coats of Tapped Out, glossy, and dried down matte. And the last polish is my favorite out of the reflectives and my favorite out of the entire collection. I'm so in love. It's called That Glimmers, and it's described as being a soft rose gold nail polish loaded with that reflective pigment. It's got like kind of a warm pink undertone, almost leaning a little bit like a nude on my medium skin tone. If you've got a medium skin tone as well, this might lean like a pinkish nude on you. Oh my goodness. This one is like just jaw-droppingly beautiful, perfect for the holidays, and just like perfect in general. Like I honestly would wear this any time of year because it's beautiful and I want to. On application, it went on just like the other 2. Pretty opaque on that first coat, although it does have a crelly-like base. It's packed with those glitters, so it built up beautifully for me in 2 coats, and I think 2 coats will be perfect for everyone. Doesn't this one look like straight up velvet on the nails? Oh my goodness. Amazing. Amazing. So on the left, you're seeing it glossy. On the right, you're seeing it dried down matte. I think it's like slightly sparkly or glossy, all of these reflective glitter polishes, but the maker said she is happy with a matte. Like she doesn't add a glossy top coat. So I guess it comes down to preference on that one. Again, I am a glossy girl, so I like them glossy, but I like that it can do both. Pictured are 2 coats of All That Glimmers, glossy and dried down matte. And just to show you how very different it is from a like regular holographic glitter nail polish, I mean, the differences are kind of obvious, but I had to do this because I was curious. On the left is Rose Glow, which KBShimmer released in December of last year, polish pickup. And on the right is All That Glimmers. So they both dry down to a textured finish. And require a glitter smoother to smooth out completely. They're both difficult to remove, but I would say that All That Glimmers is much more dense than Rose Glow. Rose Glow needs 3 coats to be all the way opaque, and All That Glimmers is totally full coverage in 2 coats. Of course, Rose Glow has the hollow, it's rainbowy, and All That Glimmers is very glimmery. It's super sparkly. Let me know in the comments if these comparisons were helpful for you so I can know if I should add them in future videos. So that was the KBShimmer In Good Spirits collection. Let me know down in the comments if you plan to grab any of these, and if so, which ones? I know it's a big collection and it might not fit into everyone's budget this season, so I thought I'd share with you my must-haves. So like I mentioned before, shifty shimmers and holographic flakes are like 100% my thing, so I had to pick a couple of those. I would say What's Poppin' was definitely a standout for me, even though I don't usually wear pinks around the holidays. They have been super trendy this season, and y'all know I love a good pink, so this had to be a standout. I also had to pick Wrap It Up. I was not expecting to love this one as much as I did, but the depth of the base color and the gorgeous contrasting shifty shimmer just pulled me right in. And then the last must-have in my opinion is All That Glimmers. I just love the reflective pigment in this kind of like nudie rose gold base. I think it's super classy and elegant, definitely timeless, and I can't wait to wear this for New Year's this year. And in case you're in the mood to see some more beautiful polishes be swatched, you should check out my recent videos. Last week I went live on my channel to swatch and review about 30 items that will be available in the November Hella Handmade Creations shop. I also recently live swatched and reviewed the new vintage holiday glam collection from Stella Chroma. And I live swatched and reviewed the new collection from Bee's Knees Lacquer, inspired by American Horror Story Red Tide. If you're interested in watching those, I will link them down in the description box. I hope this review was helpful. Don't forget to give it a thumbs up, and if you're not already subscribed, to do that too. And I'll see you next time. Bye!